Hi, welcome back to Lady in the Window. Today we are planting strawberries. I've been out in my garden plugging away on things all day, and so I thought I would share some strawberry planting tips with you. Many of you think, oh my gosh, fruit, I would love to have fruit, but a lot of you think of blackberries and big bushes, and strawberries are a fun plant that you can pick a bed for, a pot, a hanging pot. You can do strawberries in a lot of different things, and as long as you have something high yield that works for your region, you should be great and get some fun little strawberries. The kids love picking them off and eating them, and they're super sweet. So this was something I found at Home Depot, and I thought I'd just share it with you. They're basically bare root, although they're wet. They come in a plastic bag like this, and what I've done is I've just opened it up to show you guys. And so it comes in a knot of, well, a mess of roots. And so you're gonna have a bunch of dirt. Just put that dirt right on back in your garden. It's good for it. And then you are left with a mess of roots. And you're not going to hurt these. All you're gonna do is just shake them and pull them apart. Some are gonna be easier than others. Now, if you have any sprouts like this coming up, you wanna be kind of careful to make sure that you don't break that sprout off. But you know, fact is that if you do, it's going to come back. Strawberries are pretty resilient. So all you're going to do is break them apart. And you're going to end up in this box with 10 plants. So, whoop, I just dropped one. So I'm going to have to get that in a minute. But you're just going to pull them apart, and all of them are going to look a little different. But everything's going to have some similarities to it. So let me show you the parts of the strawberry. This one even has a leaf from last year on it. So this part right here is the shoot, the part coming up that's growing. And then this is your root ball. Now these were all sprouts from last year that came out and then got cut off to make this. And so this is the root ball, and off of it is all of these roots. Now you have the deeper roots and the kind of meshy things, and then you have some thicker ones, which are really your shoots that are going to travel along. Now, if you don't know how strawberries work, when you plant them in the ground, they're going to travel outward in whichever direction they can, and they're going to push up shoots. And so you're going to have a plethora of strawberry plants after a couple years, and you can thin them out, cut them back, and maybe we'll do another video about that after our year is done with strawberries. So what you want to do with strawberries is you want to dig a big enough hole that you can lay these roots out. You want them to be able to travel. So you really want kind of a section in your garden where you can dig a trench of sorts. You do not need it very deep, but you do want it long enough to have the shoots kind of be able to travel in both directions. Now, it depends on your space, but what you do is you just take the roots and you lay them down, and what you want is that root ball to be even with the soil. So you don't want it to be super deep. In this case, our root ball is only, gosh, 3/4 of an inch, not even an inch. So you don't need it super deep, but you do want it a little wide, and you want to cover up all of those roots with soil. And then you do want to make sure you water well, especially when you first get it in the ground. They need to be spaced about 12 to 15 inches apart, and if you don't, you just might have to thin them out later. And you want it to be in a bed that is going to be able to just keep producing. Now, in our strawberry bed, we have along the fence. We've warned our neighbors that they might travel over to them. They're delighted. But we're also planting asparagus, which is a great companion plant. And we're going to, because we've got all of these poles along our fence, we're going to try planting a couple beans, just pole beans, to see if it works, because they're supposed to be a good companion plant. Anyway, I'm dirty, I'm filthy, I'm tired, and I hope that you had fun learning about strawberry plants. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks again for joining Lady in the Window. Ciao.